Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we saw William Ruto through the Treasury coming out with the weird proposals that they want to put on farmers, whereby now, when you are having a cow in your farm, you need to pay 1,000 shilling. For a goat, they said 600. For chicken, 60. And then he's now even proposing, is it 5 or 10% on farm produce? With all this, we are seeing farmers, they're still silent. You know, in Kenya here, as long as you are living up country, you do some farming here and there. You'll have a chicken, you'll have a cow, you'll have a goat. So you will literally be affected, maybe unless if you are living in city. Now with all this, the almost something similar to what Ruto is trying to do on Kenyans has been in Germany. The German government, they introduced high taxes on farm operations, farm produce. Then they end up failing on price of the produce. So the farmers literally do not get return for their produce, value for the input in the farming. So what is happening in Germany? Farmers across Germany decided to send a coded message to the government after converging in Berlin to join a giant protest that involved 3,000 tractors. Wametoa tractors kwa shamba, wameleta kwa barabara. 2,000 trucks zile za kubeba labda vifaa mahindi na nini na nini. 2,000 trucks zimeletwa kwa barabara. And an estimated 10,000 people, these are farmers. Watu 10,000 wametokezea, wamekuja na matrakta, wamekuja na matruck. Look at that number. They want to send a message to the government. Mnatufinyilia. Na hii ya Germany haijafikia ya Ruto. Ya Ruto ni zaidi. Ya Ruto ni zaidi ya hapo. But people got out in their numbers to send a message to the government. It is something Kenyan farmers can learn from this. Because even what they are going through is more than what farmers in Germany have been going through. But for them, they were determined that they will not allow the government to oppress them. Well, they are just silent. They got out in their numbers.
Warum ist es? Hier geht es um die Zukunft der deutschen Landwirtschaft. Ich bin Jahrgang 66, mein Sohn ist Jahrgang 2003, befindet sich aktuell in der landwirtschaftlichen Ausbildung. Und für ihn und für seine Kumpels bin ich heute hier und streiten dafür, dass wir auch in Zukunft noch eine deutsche Landwirtschaft haben und nicht, dass wir alles irgendwie aus den nächsten EU-Ländern oder aus Südeuropa oder Südafrika, Südamerika nach hierher importieren müssen.
Es darf keine Sonderopfer geben, da stimmen wir überein. Aber alle müssen ihren Beitrag leisten. Die Staatshilfen und die für die Krise reduzierten Mehrwertsteuersätze laufen aus. Der Agrardiesel, entfällt nicht sofort. Die Rückerstattung wird in den nächsten Jahren nur schrittweise abgebaut.
Die Subventionen wollen die Landwirte gar nicht. Die Subventionen sind in Brüssel mal entschieden worden oder auch in Berlin oder in Hannover. Die Bauern wollen faire Preise für ihre Produkte zu fairen Preisen und auskömmlich muss es sein. Weil Subventionen, das hat immer einen Beigeschmack.
Ich kann Ihnen heute nicht mehr staatliche Hilfe versprechen aus dem Bundeshaushalt. Aber wir können gemeinsam dafür streiten, dass Sie wieder mehr Freiheit und wieder mehr Vertrauen für Ihre Arbeit erhalten. Ich bin Jäger. Ich bin schon fertig, wenn ich den Pferdestall einmal ausgemistet habe. Deshalb weiß ich, was das für eine Arbeit ist, es den ganzen Tag und jeden Tag zu machen. Die Regierung hat es in der Hand. Zu viel, es reicht. Wenn die Bundesregierung die Steuererhöhungspläne zurücknimmt, dann gehen wir mit den Treckern von der Straße. Solange sie das nicht tut, werden wir weiter unser Grundrecht auf Demonstration in Anspruch nehmen.
Now we are continuing this final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, compare that situation to Kenya. Then you tell me, if Kenyans are serious, what do they need to do? Keep quiet, make noise, then go back home? In that way, it might not work. In fact, for Germany, the opposition was also involved in supporting the farmers' decision to protest against the new government policies that are making them to lose. Ukikuja Kenya unapata opposition are the one organizing for mass action peke yao, then people will just join in. That's why to some extent it is not successful. But when you are well organized, so that now you embrace the opposition to join you, you start it, opposition sees the seriousness in you, then they join you, it becomes a success. So before Ruto comes to tax you 1,000 per head of a cow, you have to get out in your numbers, even with your kettles, to the road, to the street, and send a strong coded message to this regime. And how possible can this be? It can succeed when you see the middle class in this struggle. In Germany, you can see, so bringing 3,000 trucks on the road, it means middle class have been involved. Bringing 2,000 trucks means middle class have been involved. So they come in and they bring the strategy on how to deal with this mass action. They strategize, they analyze how they're going to do the protest, or if it is revolution, how they will go about it to make it succeed. So they come in with knowledge, information, strategy. Middle class is very important. They come in again with the resource. There was resource to fuel those trucks, to bring them together. So middle class, when they come in with the resource that can help to make, if it is a protest, successful. In this way, you encourage even those who are down to come in and make it successful, because they see serious people have put their influence and resources in that mass action to make it succeed. So for them, they can send a strong message to the government because they have numbers, they have strategy, they have the tactics, and they have the information and a warning to the government. Sasa Wakenya wanangoja wakuje kuambiwa kuku itakuwa inatozwa ushuru wa shilingi 60. Wamenyamaza. Wanangoja tu Raila aite maandamano ndio waenda kwa maandamano. In that way, we cannot go anywhere. We can't succeed. Napata Wakenya wanangoja Ruto amesema 10%. Sijui ukitengeneza ukifanya, if you sell farm produce worth 1,000, 100 is for Ruto. Ukiuza tu 1,000 farm produce, 100 is for Caesar. Caesar hapa ni Ruto. But our farmers are silent. Wanangoja kunyolewa kichwa bila maji. Instead of getting out in their numbers, they are waiting until when they will see Ruto coming to tax them on their produce, is when they will make noise, which cannot make any change or sense or convince anyone. Wanangoja hiyo. So you look at that, then you see there is something you can learn elsewhere and try. So as Ruto continues to make everything expensive, as he planned to come and tax us on our animals, he should see what was happening in Germany. He should see the number of people who got to the street to demonstrate in Germany. Because they are doing so because of farm produce and high cost of operation, then low income out of their produce. So kama tutalipa serikali kwa kiwango hicho, there's no way we can realize profit in our farm produce or our animals. Even if you are rearing animals, you can't enjoy the profit. That is something happening there. So before it reaches here, Ruto also has to check on what is happening in Germany before he makes that decision to overtax farmers. Another problem is here. Free fertilizer as a gift to Kenya from Russia, Putin. Inafika hapa, Raila told us that first of all the fertilizer was compromised. That means labda waliongeza mchanga ndani ama vitu zingine ndani kuifanya kuwe nyingi. Compromised. Number two, it was supposed to be sold free. They charge. What they charge, they said it's subsidized price. But you look at it, then you compare to what Uhuru was giving under Munya, CS for Agriculture, the former CS for Agriculture. You realize that Uhuru was giving cheaper fertilizer to Kenyans compared to hii ya Ruto ambayo ni msaada wa bure, lakini inakuja kuuzwa kwa bei kali, imekuwa compromised. Look at that. So tukifika hapa tunaona ya kwamba katika serikali ya Mheshimiwa William Ruto, wa Kenya sana sana wakulima pia wamenyanyaswa pakubwa. Bei ya juu, mbolea compromise, then you end up getting nothing. And at the end of the day, Ruto is waiting for your produce in the farm to tax it. Utapigwa tax mara ngapi? Ukienda kununua mbegu umepigwa tax. Ununua mbolea umepigwa tax. Nini nyingine wanangojea? Tena utoe mavuno kwa shamba wanangoja kupiga tax. Sasa hiyo ndio sura na taswira ya serikali ya Mheshimiwa William Ruto. But he has to check what is happening in Germany. It can happen here in Kenya. People will learn, people will try, and one day they can just succeed. Asione iko tu Germany akafikiria ni hivyo tu. Pia huko Kenya haya yanaweza fanyika na ikaleta sura ama taswira mbaya kwa uongozi wa Mheshimiwa William Samuel Ruto. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.